Good morning. Welcome back to Grace in the Journey. So, this morning I want to do something a little different. I'm going to turn it into Testimony Friday because I've had a lot of people ask, how can you speak on things you obviously don't know anything about? And so I want to clear that up a little bit. So I want to take a few moments this morning just to share my story. Not because it's easy, but because I know someone out there needs to hear it. Because if there's one thing that I've learned, it's this. God doesn't waste pain, and he never forgets his people. So my story didn't start in adulthood. It actually goes all the way back to when I was 15. And at that age, I experienced something that no young girl should ever have to go through. There was violence done to me, and it changed my life forever. Shortly after that, I became a mom. And while that season held deep pain and confusion, it also held something else, purpose. Because even in the middle of something so broken, God still brought life. There were so many moments growing up where I felt unseen, questioning my worth, wondering how something so hard could ever be a part of a bigger plan. And then years later, in 2011, Wayne and I found ourselves in another incredibly difficult season. We were homeless, living in a tent, moving from campground to campground, trying to survive day to day, trying to decide paying for one night somewhere or buying ice just to keep the food from spoiling. I remember the 4th of July that we had out there. We were cooking what little food we had. And the people around us, strangers, they started bringing food over. They didn't know us. They didn't know our story. But God did. And in that moment, I felt something I hadn't felt in a very long time. I felt seen. See, there were so many nights filled with questions. God, where are you? Do you hear me? Will things ever change? But what I've come to understand is this. God was never absent. Not at 15, not in the pain, not in the tent. He was there working, even when I couldn't see it. We went from that tent to a camper and eventually into a home. We worked with individuals with intellectual disabilities for 10 years following that. And then I've worked with women who have been through some of the hardest seasons in their life. Domestic violence. Yeah, I've been there too. See, it's more important that you understand that God was restoring something inside of me. He was healing the broken places, rebuilding my identity, reminding me that my past did not define my future. And now everything that I've walked through, from the pain in my teenage years to the struggles of the adulthood life that we lived, it was all part of the calling. See, that's where Grace in the Journey was born. Because I know what it feels like to carry the pain, to question your worth, to wonder if your life can ever be whole again. So if you're watching this and you've walked through something painful, something unfair, something that changed you, I want you to hear me. And hear me good. Okay? God sees you. He has not forgotten you. And your story, it's not over. Psalms 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." And I am living proof that he does exactly just that. If God can take the deepest pain and turn it into purpose, if he can take a broken story and use it to bring hope to others, then he can do the same for you. See, this is my story. This is my journey. And it's what his grace looks like. God bless you all for being here, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue on our series that we've been in right now, Saved. All right, guys, have a beautiful day. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.